Hello friends, and not yet friends, welcome to another cookbook review here on Mary's Test Kitchen. Vegan Comfort Classics by Lauren Toyota, the Hot for Food cookbook, finally. If you're a hot for foodie, you probably already have the book, don't need a review, but you're just here for the food porn. Welcome. If not, you're in for a treat. I had to start with wonton soup. I grew up with wonton soup. Wonton mean was my favorite mean, if you know what I mean. Dumplings with soft, wispy wrappers floating in delicious clear soup and bursting with flavor. Honestly, at first glance, I wasn't sold on the ingredients for the fillings. I felt like I've seen this combo before a million times in subpar dumplings. I was skeptical. Y'all know I'm a fan, but I am skeptical by nature, not so easily convinced. I liked how everything just goes in the food processor though. Easy on the hands and wrists. In many of the recipes, you do want a good food processor. Something that would have annoyed me before I hopped on the food processor train. I used to love doing everything by hand. Regular viewers will know just how well that turned out for me. Not so easy on the hands wrapping dumplings, but worth it. I used store-bought wrappers, only being able to find the square kind. By the way, if you're in Calgary, the only vegan wrappers I've found so far are at T&T, none at Safeway, Superstore, or Co-op. If you can't find any because they're all egg-tainted, check out my tutorial for making your own. They're simple enough to make with just flour and water and a little salt if you like. Takes a while though. I went with the method outlined in the recipe for wrapping the dumplings at first. But eventually I reverted back to the way I used to always wrap wontons. Just wrap it up like a little sack, trying to squeeze out any air pockets so they don't explode while cooking. I'm not sure that this is any better of a method, but it's how I had them as a kid. It's a bit of a nostalgia thing. Now we have our dumplings. They can go in the fridge or freezer while we make some broth. The broth recipe is very simple and straightforward. Napa cabbage is a wonderful choice for making really flavorful broth. If you haven't used Napa cabbage in broth before, prepare to be amazed. After adding a little bit of vinegar, it tastes like my childhood. Friends, this is when I started to become convinced. But how about the dumplings? I couldn't be convinced completely until... Lauren Toyota is above the law. Remember how I was skeptical about the ingredients? Well, she found exactly the right ratios of everything because these wontons are bursting with flavor. All the right flavors. Sure, there are lots of different kinds of wontons all over the world, but this is the particular flavor combo that I have been low-key craving since going vegan. This recipe makes enough to freeze some wontons for later, but the next day I already made a second batch, a double batch. I have been a fan since she started making her Lauren in Real Life videos a few years ago. I like her personality, I respect and admire the professional quality of her videos, and appreciate the enormous amount of work that she puts into them. She set the standard for the next generation of food tubers, in my opinion. But in my own headspace, this book has elevated her to queen status. I mean, you know how I felt about her nacho cheese sauce, right? Let me tell ya, I have tried many renditions of that potato and carrot cheese sauce, and most of them suck. Most of them don't cover that potatoey and carroty taste. She was the one who convinced me that more was possible. Nevertheless, it doesn't mean I'll like everything a person makes, even if I'm a huge fan. Like this ramen burger. It looks super cute. It was very easy to make. And I love the recipe for the vegan Thousand Island dressing. But I will never make these again. Rather have bread around these fillings, or even rice patties. Those are good. But I felt like I was wasting ramen here. You know what is not a waste though? All these cashews and all this nooch. Becoming vegan parm. Yeah, sure, we've seen this combo and variations before, but it never gets sold to me. Another old school vegan fave, cashew cream. I mixed it with her red sauce for Rosé penne. The instructions made it so easy to make this. The pasta, the perfect texture, the sauce, the most perfect amount, creaminess. This Rosé penne was heavenly, and I am so looking forward to trying all the other pasta recipes one by one. There are lots of pasta dishes in this cookbook, as well as soups, sandwiches, loaded salads, brunch dishes, baked sweets, and even a donut recipe, deep fried. Speaking my language. If you're allergic to nuts, this book might be a challenge to work with. Lauren does suggest alternatives, but you'll have to come up with the exact amounts yourself for the most part. A bit easier if you are gluten-free. Many of the recipes are gluten-free already, or you just have to remember to choose gluten-free noodles, pasta, bread, and sauces, like when you're choosing soy sauce. But there's no quick guide or icons to mark those out. Of course, if you follow this channel, I am confident that you are up to the challenge. I'm lucky enough to be free of restrictions like that. Free to make Pop-Tarts. Raspberry Funfetti Pop-Tarts. It's the perfect recipe to illustrate the focus of this cookbook. Fun food, not preachy food, rabbit food, no carrot sticks unless they're going in with your buffalo cauliflower wings and homemade vegan ranch dip. No sprouted this and blue algae green raw breadness, ya know what I mean. It's not to say that there's nothing healthy about this book. I mean, there's lots of vegetable-focused awesomeness, especially that life-giving wonton soup. I would have tried more recipes, especially the southern fried cauliflower. But apparently, all the Hot for Foodies bought all the cauliflower because I haven't been able to get any. So this is the last thing I tried for this review. And it was such a sweet ending. Literally so sweet. Nicely balanced with tanginess from lemon juice and the raspberries. Though for my personal taste, I'll probably reduce the sugar next time. Not sure if I would have to add extra pectin to get the jam to gel, but even so, I really liked these. Let me know what things you've tried from the Hot for Food cookbook and what you thought about it in the comments below. As for me, I'm loving it. Great photos for nearly every recipe, which is so important for actually motivating you to get in the kitchen. Clear instructions, fun little tidbits from Lauren's life and inspiration. This book is for everyone, whether they are vegan or not. Get a physical copy or be like me and get a digital one so you can simply wipe the drool off your screen as you pour through it. Links are in the description below. If I sound like a raving fan, I am, but I do try to be as unbiased as possible in these reviews. As possible. Thank you so much for watching, my friends. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe if you haven't already. I post vegan cookbook reviews, my own recipes like vegan donuts and dumplings and burgers, and share other vegan meal inspo from my everyday life. What other vegan cookbooks should I review? Let me know in the comments too. Bye for now!